Hello, and I thought I'd just do another little video. I say a little video, it might go on for quite a while actually, but anyway, I thought I'd do a video on my Skytread. So this is my replacement Skytread. If you've not seen my video as to why the Siege War for Cybertron line absolutely sucks, then go watch that video. I'll put a link to that video in the description. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. But in this video I want to talk about this Skytread. It's not a review, but I want to talk about this Skytread. And I also want to talk about why on the channel that there haven't been that many Transformers reviews over the past couple of years. And the reason for that is basically that Transformers are appalling. The quality is bad, and the reason I haven't reviewed them is because I really haven't got anything good to say about them. I mean, some of the Titans Return figures, as I've said in my Siege video, were just the other video that I did. I said in that video that some of the figures are absolutely appalling, and they are. And the reason I've not done the video is because I can't recommend them. I would review that, but there's no point me reviewing each individual figure from the line and then at the end of the video just saying the same thing and saying that, well, I don't recommend it. And then I get onto the next review and say, I don't recommend it. And then get onto the review after that. You kind of see the pattern. So there's no point me doing that. So yeah, that's why there's been not really any Transformers reviews for a long time. And it's such a shame. Because Transformers were my favourite thing, to collect. They were my absolute go-to of collecting, and now they've become something that is just not worth bothering with, really. I have, I do keep buying them, hoping that they'll improve, but I'm considering stopping after this Siege War for Cybertron line, because the quality just isn't what I want it to be. Now, if it works for some people, that's great. But the pricing and what you get for your money is terrible, in my opinion. So if you didn't know what was wrong with my Skytread from this line, go check the... I'll explain it to you. So, I got my first... And it gets worse as well. I got my first Skytread, this figure here. And essentially what was wrong with it is that this little crotch panel here, this one's fine because this is a replacement, but this little crotch panel here is glued on. It's glued onto this piece here, and these thigh pegs here are on they're clipped in behind this on mushroom pegs, from what I can tell. Basically, when they glued this on, they used too much glue. Okay, so what was happening was one leg was moving forward on the mushroom peg like this. It's kind of difficult to do this one-handed actually, but it was moving forward. But this leg was glued into place. The glue had run down or whatever out of the spot. They'd used far too much, and you could see it all on the side of the crotch piece here and around that peg. So it was bad, and it wouldn't budge. Like, this one moves, but the previous one wouldn't budge. Now, the reason I say it gets worse is because this figure's fine, and that's why it's such a shame overall, and I'm going to explain that. But the reason it gets worse is because not only did I receive one faulty figure, I received two. So this is my third Skytread. And the problem with the second Skytread was exactly the same, except it was the other leg. This crotch piece again was glued on far too much. Not as bad as the previous one, but this time this leg wouldn't move. And this leg was just stationed. It wouldn't move up like that. So, and unfortunately that joint there is necessary for transformation. So I'm assuming it's a faulty batch, but even so, not good. Not good, Hasbro. This is the third This one's fine, but like I said, but this is the third figure, and I shouldn't be on a third Skytread figure. The first one, fair enough, but when I've had so many Transformers over the past couple of years that about 50% of, that's right, 50% have been defective and had to be returned or replaced, it's not good. Speaking of some figures that I returned, if you remember from Power of the Primes, there was the Battle Trap duo, kind of like this guy, and the bottom half of him, I forget because they changed the names about, but I forget the blue truck that was the bottom part of him. Battle Slash was the helicopter, and I think it was Road Trap. That was the bottom half. I think it was Road Trap. And I got 2 of that figure because I bought one. The black wheel on it broke off. It broke off pretty much instantly, and I took that back, got a second one, and the same thing happened to that. So I decided to take that particular figure back and get a refund. So I only have the top part of that figure for Battle Trap, and I might just be extremely unlucky, but it's not good. I mean, I can't imagine that it's just me that's having all these problems. I mean, I don't know how many Titans returned, and I'm not talking like little paint overspills or anything like that on figures. I'm not talking like minor QC issues. I'm talking about full-on breakages and absolutely horrendous quality control issues. Like I said, these legs on 2 of these guys wouldn't budge. They were glued into place because the people in the factory clearly don't know what they're doing. But yeah, it's just not good. I mean, the quality of the plastic for Titans Return and Combiner Wars, and what was the other one? Power of the Primes, the trilogy. The plastic quality was absolutely atrocious. It was abysmal. I'm sorry, but it is. That's what it is. That's just the way it is. And what's such a shame is that Transformers are so good. The concept, the idea, the stories that go with them. These Siege figures are absolutely fantastic in their design. I absolutely love this Skytread figure. Now I've got one that works and that doesn't have anything wrong with it. But I can't sit here, review it and recommend it because I've had too much go wrong with so many figures from Hasbro. And I just can't sit here and go, yeah, go out and buy it, because the likelihood is I feel that you'll have something wrong with it. And I don't think it's fair for me to sit here and review it and say go and buy it, when actually I think there's a good chance that you might get a defective product. So that is why I haven't been reviewing many Transformers lately. So I don't know. Another thing that's bad on Hasbro's part, but this is more forgivable, but it's still bad, is that in the UK, I don't think people in the US seem to realise that this is another thing that I seem to run into that's kind of a problem here in the UK, that some figures don't even get here in the UK. We don't even get them. Like Overlord from Titans Return, never at UK retail. Fortress Maximus, never at UK retail in this country, never. And there's others. We're lucky if we get beyond Wave 2. Like a couple of you know, whatever, the theme that's been released that's brand new, like you'll get Wave 1 and you'll get Wave 1 in the US. They're roughly about the same time. So you'll get those, and then subsequently the US get most of their waves, but then after Wave 2 it seems to fizzle out and we don't get them, and then by the time we've started getting maybe 1 or 2 of them, we're on to the next set of figures, if you kind of see what I'm getting at. And there's not many places, since Toys R Us closed, there's not many places that do Transformers in the UK at retail. There's a place called Smith's Toys which do them, but like Smith's Toys did Power of the Primes, but they only did the Voyagers, the Deluxes, and they've only just got the Wave 1 leaders in at Smith's now, as of as of this week or month or whatever. They've only just got them in. So, and that's Wave 1, Power of the Primes. They don't stock the Prime Masters. They don't stock the Legends class figures, because I'm presuming they don't sell particularly well for them, so they don't stock those. I don't collect the Studio Series because I think they're atrocious, but we've only just got Wave 2 of those, the Studio Series Deluxe figures. They're just starting to show Wave 2. So, and then places like your supermarkets, you like the American Walmart and things like we have here, Sainsbury's, Asda. Now, the problem with them is that they don't stock the collectors Transformers. They just stock the ones that are more aimed at kids, like the Cyberverse line and the one-step changes. They don't have a very good selection of Transformers in those sorts of places at all, and it doesn't matter whether you go to a big one or a small store. They don't have good stock of those, because they're in, primarily they are not a toy shop or a toy store. They're the supermarket, for groceries and other things and whatnot. So on Hasbro's part, Hasbro UK don't. I just don't think they care, to be honest. They don't seem to get sufficient stock of things that they sell and they know are going to sell, and then when they do get it's just a mess. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Transformers are just a mess these days, and it's such a shame, because this Siege line, like I said in my last video, had so much potential. I thought they could be an absolutely fantastic, if not the best, modern series of Transformers we've had. I thought they could be that. Unfortunately, they're not, and that's all down to the quality control of these figures. Such a shame. But anyway, that's my rant. That's my rant over. It's kind of difficult to explain to you guys in the US just how scarce Transformers actually are in the UK, and I know a lot of UK collectors will agree with me that they're not as easily accessible as they are. Now, I know there's a difference, because obviously America's a much bigger country, and I'm more so talking about North America here, but compared to the UK, which is a small kind of island, but there is a difference. The US does get more Transformers, and you can dislike the video, you can say what you like, but that's the fact. That's fact. I'm not making it up. And I'm sure I'm sure the UK collectors will back me up on that, because there's nowhere near as many Transformers available at retail that there is in the US. So it is what it is. Like I said, it's more forgivable than the QC problems, because you can always go to online retailers. But it's not good. It's not good. I'm not happy with Transformers as they are. Hasbro really need to get their ideas in shape. They need to have a drastic change, because the prices of stuff is going up, and the products they're putting out are abysmal for the money. So yeah, that's my rant over. It's been about 15 minutes or so, just under 15 minutes. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think. I'd be really interested to know your stories about Transformers you've had to take back and get a refund or replaced or whatever. I'd be really super interested to know. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.